Hello, everyone. Well, welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. This is Aquarium Talk and everything in between, episode 47. We just had a discussion about Neptune and them coming out with a light. If you missed that, make sure you look for episode 46. It will be over there. So today, it's following that episode, we're going to carry on because we want to know what do we think that their thoughts are when it comes to Neptune System basically versus Ecotech, because ultimately I think that's what it's coming down to. So it's kind of one of those things. What is really Ecotech's thoughts about Neptune System coming out with their own lighting called the Sky? What do you think that their thoughts are? We don't want to say that that's not what's going on, because ultimately it is. With Ecotech coming out with Mobius and doing all this, and this stuff has been kind of going that way for quite some time. I don't know if you all noticed or paid much attention to what's really happening, but it's kind of strange. I mean, obviously there's things that behind closed doors that happen, and that goes deeper than whatever. And sometimes things just need to stay in the dark. It doesn't really need to come to light. But the problem is that because of that, do you feel that we are affected by egos in this hobby, affected by, maybe arguments, disagreements, and all that happen behind closed doors? I say yes. I mean, you guys are affected. Like if I had to choose somebody out or whatever, and it, some people say it creates a divide in this hobby, but not a lot of times. The ones that think they're the victim, they're not the victim. They're the instigator. So, it's kind of, I just want to know what do you guys think, thoughts are on it. What's up, West Coast? What's up, Sheen? What's good? Derek, Jay Carey, Richie, Claudius. What is going on, you guys? Hopefully YouTube is getting out the notifications. Hopefully notifications are coming out. What's up, Patrick? Hopefully we'll see. We'll see what happens, but says, I think as a company, as long as you're putting the time and knowledge into your light and pay attention to the details to make it better, then I feel you'll be successful. Okay. That's what's up, West Coast. Hey, maybe they're fixed. Maybe they're listening. So that's awesome. Now we'll see how many I can do and how many times that actually, because there was a saying 3 times per day. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully that's not so true. Also, guys, if you don't mind, as you guys are coming in, I got, people watching or whatever. I know some people are at work, but if you can, just hit that thumbs up for me. Hit that thumbs up. It's greatly appreciated. Also, if you would like to share that I'm live to help more people find this channel and find me, that would actually help out a lot as well. You don't have to. You can try to keep me a secret, all you want. But at the end of the day, it does help this channel, and I'm trying to go ahead and grow. And let's make this channel grow and pretty much just poop on others. Did I say that out loud? Yeah. Because let's be real. I mean, it's 2021. It's time to be real. Time to be really real. So, and that's what I'm about. So, and if you don't like real, then this is definitely not the channel for you. You got to go find somebody else. But no, what are you guys' thoughts about Ecotech, and what are they feeling? And we're just throwing up. I'm just saying. So, what do you think is going through their mind? Those are kind of the questions that are, I kind of wonder, but at the same time, I think that competition's good. And I just don't think there's any competition for Ecotech out here, to be quite honest, or for them to even worry about. Same with Neptune when it comes to their Apex controller. I don't see there's any competition like really knocking on their door at all, and that's just my personal opinion. Some might beg or differ, and that's fine. But for me, hands down, I don't see any of that happening. But I also want to know, wonder what's going through their head as a company. Like, what's really that bad that all this has to transpire? I'm not saying that we shouldn't have other people out here. No, I don't think so, Angry Al. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think so. First off, I mean, I just don't. I don't. I don't even. I mean, I don't have one, but and then it's statements that it's just like some people just don't like Apex because of whatever reason. I think, yeah, I will give you that. Rico forever. I think they're trying hard. I'm not going to say it's a bad controller. First off, I'm not. I think there needed to be another controller. And I think they're right for the picking as that other company as a controller. Can I say that? So I have to. If any of you guys love these guys, these are so good. I mean, like, how can you not like them? I don't know. But anyway, I get them on the plane and stuff sometimes. I don't know. I think I like them better than the other ones. But anyway, I think they have a great place. The hydros. I've seen them at the show. I looked it over. I haven't operated one, but I think they're on the right track. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't think they're like to the point where Neptune really has to worry. But then again, I already did that talk about it. You know what I mean? And maybe they're worried for some reason that I don't know. I'm not seeing. So with Angry Al's statement on that one, maybe. I'm not going to go 100% against the grain on this because, even though I have a strong opinion, you guys are making your opinions here. I really don't know. I don't see it. If there is something that I might be missing something. I don't know. I think the hydros has a place for another controller. I think they need to be another controller. I think, just lighting is a different story. Lighting is a different story. We got all kinds of lighting out here. It's just kind of strange that Neptune is coming out with lighting. You got already somebody else that's coming out with a controller. Like, I think that makes for great competition, right? Even though I don't know if it's really that much of a competition, but I also think that it keeps you on your game. You know what I mean? And obviously there were some things that was thrown around about, and I already talked about that. I don't want to really rehash the whole Neptune thing. If you guys want to watch that will be here or wherever. You just have to find it in the episodes and watch it. But at the end of the day, as Angry said, time will tell. Time will tell. But now that the whole lighting as well is like, are we? In some ways, I almost feel like there's a lot of fighting going on. Am I making a right judgment assessment on this? Like, I feel there's a lot of tension. Which, let me be honest, guys, behind the scenes of things, oh my God, it's like a high school cheerleader locker room, a bunch of guys. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Everybody's at everybody's neck. Everybody's got a sword fight. Poke their chests out, and a majority of people that poke their chest out ain't gonna fight their way out of a wet paper bag. At least not from me. Like what I can see. I might be a little surprised, but unless you got the skills that I've done or something like that, I don't know. I'm not going to judge a book by its cover. But my point is, it seems like there's a lot of tension, a lot of things going on, and it's starting to spew out into the company and into the hobby. We got this controller or this controller fight, kind of like, whoa, now we got lighting against this light. Yeah, like there's things that are being deliberately done. And I'm all for competition. I think competition make you stay on top of your game. I think it makes you really reevaluate what you are as a company and what you're actually providing and offer, and what is your they slap box. Yeah. So and what you and how much you want to grow, and what else did you want to bring to help the community out. I understand that there are going to be some disagreements and there are going to be some arguments and there are going to be all this other stuff. It's all cool, right? At the end of the day, like I said, I don't have a whole bunch of anything, like as far as actual facts. These are just opinion conversations, right? That we can kind of talk about. I mean, it's kind of like out there. You kind of see it. I mean, plus I hear things, but at the end of the day, you can't just repeat everything. You know what I mean? Because the accuracy of me retelling it ain't going to be 100% anyway, because it was through somebody type situation. So, but we can get the gist of it, right? I really want to know what's going through like Ecotech's mind when it comes to Neptune now throwing out an LED, supposedly called the Sky, or Sky, should I say Sky, not the Sky, just Sky, right? All I feel is if that's the name, well, it better be Sky the limit to really compete. You have to really stick out and stand out further than what's already out here. They claim it's assembled in the U.S. Okay, so we have a product then. Parts are outsourced. So we are talking about the Sky here, right? Angry out. A little bit faster typer. Angry out. We're talking about the Sky, the parts made in the U.S. here. Is that what we're talking about? I've been very upfront. Oh, no, the hydros. Okay, hydros. That's a good point. It wouldn't matter if it was light or the hydros or controller. So good point is, a lot of people, a lot of Americans, let's just say, they want American built. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, that right there could be one of the things that definitely will help set, against other controllers apart, just because it's just American built, made right here in America. I mean, a lot of people are funny about that type of stuff. They are. And it's just one of those things. Sorry, I got to eat another gummy bear. So I don't know. So, what is they going to do to separate themselves? Price point. Some other features that Apex maybe don't have. I don't know what that would be yet. I haven't really looked into it a lot, but I think that Hydros has a place in this hobby. What is Hydros pricing at right now? Anybody? Can anybody please shoot me that info real quick? What is the Hydros pricing at right now? $500. And what is the full setup for Apex at? They were from the beginning, even having their engineer go on the live stream where he explains it. And as far as the power bar, right? 800. So we're looking at 800. So we're talking about $300 difference. And that's going to be consideration. So we're talking about $300 difference. We are talking about the different functions that maybe Apex is not doing versus it. Does anybody know? Please leave that in the comments right now. You know, that's $300. And we're talking about made in the USA versus not so much. Let's see. It appears I may have been misinformed. Thank you for the info. Okay, the hydros, you have to add things that add up. I don't understand that. What do you mean you got to add things that add up? Oh, you got to add. Okay. So never mind. So controller 4 is $449. So you have to continue to add things that are going to add up. So the starting base price of that unit is $500. And then you have to add the extra probes. You got to add all that into it, right? So let me ask you guys. I know we're talking about lighting here, but we're talking about Apex and Ecotech as well, okay? So with all the goodies, $800. Is that what you're saying? So you're saying that the hydros is coming up to $800 as well with everything? The same price as Apex? Real quick, anybody? By the way, guys, don't forget to hit this thumbs up. Okay. For all Apex, all goodies. Okay. So buy another power bar, and they are cheap. I'm waiting. She said it was $7.99. Cindy said it was $7.99. When did she say that? I didn't see it. I didn't even see her in here. I have to run and get wife's oil change. All right, Jeff. Appreciate you, my man. I'm still waiting on hydros. What's up, Gary? So on hydros. By the time you get everything plus a new router for Wi-Fi, okay. So I guess that's where we're at. So there's not really a price difference between the Apex and the hydros. Is that that's what I'm getting, correct? Or not correct? Let's see. No, the hydros is $449, coming with a 4-outlet bar, 4-port, and temp and pH. So you only get a 4-outlet. Okay, with power strip. Hydro's like an extra. But only 30 for another 4-outlet. Okay. So it looks like you got to daisy chain some stuff or something. Is that what I'm getting at? Is that what I'm getting at? And Donna, have you ever had the Apex? Entry level Apex is the Hydro. Okay, so there we go. Entry level Apex is the Hydro. All right, so really, what's the difference? Anybody? And then we need to get back to, I'm going to get back to this whole lighting. Love Apex, have the EB8 832. Okay. Now Apex control all versus hydros can't control everything or has a problem with Wi-Fi, or what's the deal? Just so I have a better understanding, because I don't want to have misinformed information either. You have an 8 power bar. Any remarks on why I tried it? What do you mean by that? Any remarks on why I tried it? What are we talking about there? All right. Remember, not all Wi-Fi routers work with hydros. So you have to. There's a potential that you'll have to go buy a router with that. And you may need to add a new router, FYI. Okay, why is that? That's kind of retarded, but whatever. We live in technology land. Like, why would that ever be an issue? And if it was an issue, why wouldn't they just fix that so it's across the platform? But whatever. With lighting, I wonder if Apex will go with grid or puck style lighting. That's a good question. What kind of lighting you think that Neptune System is going to have? You think they're going to have pucks? Are they going to have grid? That's a good one. That's a good one. What do you guys think Neptune Ecotech is thinking about when it comes to Neptune Systems? Anybody want to take a stab at that? To be fair, per outlet, hydros is far cheaper than Apex. 280, 40, 35 per outlet versus 10. Well, to be fair, I guess it's not, because it's the same price as the entry level of Apex. If I'm not mistaken, that's what somebody said, Donald. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what somebody said. I have no idea. You said if you have an unreliable crap route, what would be an unreliable crap router? Like, is it like specific to a router? Like, are they mentioning names? I mean, is it like Netgear? Is that, or is it Linksys, or what is it? What is it? Like Nighthawk? What? Like, I mean, I don't know. Apples and oranges. Apex can just do so much more. Okay. I'm not saying anything's Hydro's fault. I'm saying that why even having an issue? Apex came out. I don't think they had an issue with any of that. So why not make sure it's not an issue? I mean, nobody's saying it's Hydro's fault. I didn't say that. But, at the same time, I mean, it goes both ways. Why is it even an issue at all? Why should it be? Regardless of who's got a crappy router or not. I mean, it just goes both ways. I mean, but once again, you're talking about a company against peons, and peons would be us. And who are we? We're just hobbyists. So if we got a crap router, Apex works just fine on it. So why not Hydros work just fine? Not saying it's their fault, though. I'm not saying it's their fault. But at the end of the day, if they're spending, money on good products, I mean, I guess maybe they should have a better router, but is that fair? I mean, I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is with that one. I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying that's their fault, but it is what it is. Routers and modem combo from internet providers are the crap ones. Okay. All right. There you go. The Apex doesn't have all the components as the full system. Okay. It is mature. It has par meters, controllability, expansion in its use by public aquariums, a user base, Alexa integration, more value in their EVA, but at a premium. There is a market for hydros. I said that too. There's definitely a market. I'm not kicking hydros in the nuts. I think there's definitely a market for hydros. But here's the problem with this. It's having a civil conversation, and you can hear by text, the text message. Now, we can't really assume a whole lot because it's coming through text. But at the same time, it's almost like people feel like they have to defend the company. You ain't got to defend shiznit, okay? It's just a general overall conversation. Nobody's speaking bad of hydros. I said from the very beginning, but I know people coming in late, people whatever, but then again, people want to hear what they want to hear. There's a market for it. There's always good to have some kind of competition. All right. There's a market base for it. People are going to buy it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. At the end of the day, price point is going to play a big part in everything and anything. Okay. Now, as far as how the sky the limit, I think Apex, you can sky the limit on. Hydros, you can't yet. Okay. That's just my personal opinion. All right. There's a market base for it. There's a place for it. The whole 9 yards. That's just me. So before anybody sit up here and think that I'm talking smack about hydros, and if you do think I am, you got to leave. But if you just believe I'm having a civil conversation, because that's what I am doing, cool. We don't want to turn this into a debate. We're just talking. It's just we need to learn to just. And I like I said, these are texts that are coming in. So it's hard to really feel how somebody's actually presenting what they're saying because you can't get that feel. So. But I just trying to clear it up for everybody that is coming in watching that, it's not about kicking hydros in the nuts. I like what they had to offer. I was at a show. I'd seen what they had to offer. Conversation and communication, period, point blank. I seen it. I think they had a place. I said this before any of this conversation really transpired, but I think they have a place. I think, I'm just trying to have an open book here, dialogue of, when people come across this video, they're going to hear this conversation. They're going to hear, pros, cons, all of this in between. Okay. And that's all. The advantage lies in with hydros. Can you add to it if you decide you want to expand the unit without junking the controller? There you go. I think I'm going with the hydros due to limited space in my Red Sea reefer. There you go. You know what I mean? Cabinet, I don't need the best of the best. And that's what I want people to understand. These are civil conversations. This is not who has the best or you have to have the best. There's so much out here for everybody, for their budget, their price point, for the space that they're working with, maybe limited space, all these things. So we have to make sure that when we are talking, We're not, we're talking with you. We're not talking at you, first off. And there is a big difference in that. And I want people to understand that, calm down. You don't have to be butthurt or because you bought something and you feel because the conversation is over here about some other product that is in the same line as the product that you bought, that you have to defend that product. You can't defend something. It's not going to defend you, first off. I'm just saying, it's what you chose to go with, and there's no right and wrong here. And I think a lot of times these subjects go left because it's almost a right or wrong, whatever. It's just a humble conversation. It's whatever floats your boat. You know what I mean? But we like to do comparisons, just like this whole talk is really. I mean, it's leaning over here, which is kind of straying away from what this talk is really supposed to be about. It's Neptune Systems versus Ecotech Marine when it comes to the lighting. Really, we really were supposed to be on the lighting, not this hydro versus apex BS, because we can save that for another episode. Okay, and we could talk about that if that's what we really want to talk about. But the reality is more of the lighting. You know what I mean? I'm not by any fair. And to be fair, Neptune has pissed me off many times, but I can't knock it. Well, I've said that before, Tristan. There's companies that are going to piss you off, but because it makes you mad, doesn't mean that the product's BS. You can't hold against the product. Some people might. Yeah. I mean, I just don't know how it got whatever, and it's fine. The conversation. So let me clear that up, because I don't want people to think that I'm upset, because I'm not. That conversation went in a way, but at the end of the day, it's fine. It's all needs to be talked about. It is an open whatever. But at the same time, I don't want people to get so you have to take out, okay, whether you like the product or not, I guess is all I'm saying. There's products I don't like, but I know they're good. You know what I mean? I guess I'm trying to turn away from of the kind of things that are more gets people really in their emotions. And you could tell by the way somebody speaks. So, I don't want people to, find this as, whatever. I want everybody to understand that there's a price point out there. If you want to work with hydros, then work with hydros. If it's right for you, then it's right for you. From when I first got into this in the beginning, before I went over to LEDs, let's just say, people on my generation knocked everybody for running LEDs. Oh God, it was the same with T5s, okay? PC bulbs. I mean, all these things, right? Everybody thinks that's the holy grail of holy grails. And you know what? It might have some truth to it. At the end of the day, all these things work, right? They all have a place somewhere in this hobby. What I would like to see is, people be like, that's cool. What does it offer? Is there anything that it offers different than what I already have? Because that whatever it might offer different, or maybe just more user-friendly aspect. So, they look at their Apex, they figure out that, hey, you know what? I got a machine that can do sky the limit, but do I really need it? Right? Just hear me out. Do I really need it? I travel a lot. I go on lots of vacations. I do all kinds of stuff. Would it be easier to have somebody else, if I got the hydro, to maybe operate it in case things went left or whatever the case may be? Is it more user-friendly in that aspect? These are the things that, we all, listen, you might prefer a car. I prefer a truck. I have to use a truck. Could I use a car? Yes, but it wouldn't work out for a lot of the things that I need. Big lawnmower equipment and all this. I can't like shove that in the back of my Honda Civic per se. Okay. Or anything like that. So that's all I'm saying. Like, so I need a truck. People be like, well, I wouldn't do a truck because it's going to cost me this much gas and blah, 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 blah. Well, that's cool. But you also don't have the job that I have, that where you need to move heavy equipment or whatever from point A to point B. So therefore, it's not a debate really. It's just what you need, right? Same with this APEC and this hydro. This is going to create a divide because it always does. Just like the Neptune Systems and Ecotech, hands down, creates divide. It always is. It's always about who wants to be on top, who wants to stand out from everybody else. What about just staying in your lane? Don't worry about everybody else. Just do what you do. You know what I'm saying? But somehow it's always, which, don't get me wrong, it creates hype. It creates awareness. It's a great, like what I'm doing. Oh, it's only thing it's doing is just creating more things for people to look into. And they're curious now. And it's all marketing strategy, really. It is. I mean, anything you can't sneeze without it turning into Mucinex, okay, commercial. Okay. I'm just saying. Now, I'm just going to be real. So it's all great marketing aspect, but at the same time, for us, it's a little bit deeper than that. I mean, we really want to know what makes something stand out from one another. Stick to what you know. Yeah, pretty much. So I'm wondering what Ecotech is thinking about coming out, or what Neptune coming out with this light. I'm wondering what made Neptune want to come out with a light. Has any of y'all thought about that? Or what do you guys think is the reason is? Why do you think Neptune is coming out with a light? For real, for real. Don't hold back. I mean, let's talk about it. Angry Al says money. A lot of people are saying money right now. I think it's deeper than money. I mean, not to be funny. One says Mobius. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Here's a good one. Neptune is coming out with lighting because they see how close competitors are to having a full-fledged system, and need to establish their market share before that happens. That's a good one. Morezu says, because GHL has one. Here's another one. Because they have convenience reefers with that, all their equipment absolutely has to be controllable by their controller. Well, that is a good one. That is that's a great statement there, I must say. Yeah, great statement. They want all their fingers in the pie. I mean, I don't know if that's such a bad idea. I mean, it is if it's not top of the line, though. If it's not like up there. That's why I say if it's called the sky, it better be sky the limit. Just being honest. Companies are investing on ways to create more control for our aquariums. So I believe Neptune needs to engage in the competition of LED lighting. Okay. I also feel like, what's up, Fletcher? What's going on? Um, I think a lot of that makes good sense, and a lot I feel like is behind closed doors reasons. And here's the thing: I wonder why wait so long. Why did it take so long for Neptune Systems to finally decide to come out with a light? I mean, this talk has been what? I don't know how long ago, like 2017 or something. I don't know when the first talk that maybe was on record about their lighting. I don't know. 2016, 2017, somewhere around there. I don't know. All right. For it's just up in the air or up in the wind. Who knows? Probably right around that era. It could have been later. I don't remember, or earlier. I have no idea. They have to compete. We all know Ecotech is heading full force toward a controller. Neptune sees that. They aren't dumb. If they don't have a light, they will lose market share. And you know what? Now, I must say, I totally agree with that statement too. And here's another one. I think the primary purpose of an Apex is monitoring. Why we still call it a controller is weird to me. It's definitely a monitor, but everybody does call it a controller. It's a monitor. It's where we can get prints of what's going on in our aquarium. It's a place where we can make notes, document the whole thing. So, because that's what people control. It started off saying controller. It does control, so we can't take away from that. But at the end, I guess I can't say it's weird because it is controlling a lot, but its also sole purpose is to monitor our aquariums. So monitor / controller. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I get it. It does go hand in hand. I don't want it controlling much of any of my equipment. Me neither. A lot of you guys already know that it does it whatever. I use it as a monitor more so than a controller. And I'm gonna be honest. Like if I'm running 2 heaters, one's in the physical wall outlet, one's on the controller. Reasons being, if the controller goes down, and blows up, my wall heater is still plugged in. It's gonna work just fine. Just saying. So that's me. Ecotech controller is coming. Neptune knows this. It is. Here's the thing. Now, speaking of that, we have roughly about 20 minutes, right? If you guys coming in real quick, hit those thumbs up, please. I have to say it a lot because I know people come in and we forget and all that other stuff. Hit that real quick. We got about 20 minutes to talk about this, right? So let's talk about it. That's the other side of things. Ecotech coming out with a controller. How many of you guys believe that? Now, EcoSmart was the first sign. Hey, Greg. Ding, 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 ding. That's true. That's true. It's humbling. I can't run my business, personally tank, and proceed without my controller. Not enough hours in the day. I can't do it neither. Then when they added that accessory port on the pump controllers, made it obvious what was coming. Dropping the secrets there. Like, yeah, buddy. I love this convo. Even though I've never owned a controller, definitely something I need to research a ton before so I don't go in blind. There's enough people here, but yes, definitely do your research. Don't go in blind. Don't ever go in blind. Definitely do your research and see if it's, something that will work for you. That's definitely exactly a monitor. You got behand / head on with your aquarium. Okay. I do. All right, right. I think it to be blank myself, not a controller. Maybe I'm old school. Anyway, The thing is hold on real quick, people. We're about, I don't know, 15 short, somewhere around there. Hit those thumbs up, please. Hey, Ricky, what's going on? How's it going? Welcome to this lovely bowl of conversation here. Ecotech needs to add a power bar pH probe and a temp controller. And bingo, they have a controller. This will prevent a lot of people from even buying a controller. I like the way you I like the way you think there, buddy. Yeah, I know, Naked Dog. It keeps going back. This is a hot conversation here. But guess what? It is Neptune versus Ecotech. Okay. This is episode 1 of that one, right? So it is funny. It is funny. It's amazing how many people are actually engaged in this conversation, because it's obviously says this is what people think about, though. This has obviously been on people's mind. The lights are going to be the official divorce of Ecotech. That is a great comment there. How many people believe that? DTX Flex says that statement, the lights are going to be the divorce, official divorce from Ecotech. Yeah. I like Ecotech products. Never had a Neptune controller. I don't think I'll use the full capability. None of us actually, I don't think, use the. There's a lot of us, let's just say, I won't say none of us. There's a lot of us that don't use it. We use it as a monitor versus a full capability. I personally don't like giving that much control in, something that much control. So there is the difference there between probably. Is there a difference between the hydros then in the Apex in that kind of way? Do you have the ability to not give the hydros all the control like you do and monitor like you do with Apex? I don't know, because I don't have a hydro controller. So Apex, you just use some of the monitors and that's that and whatever. But I don't know. Yeah. The divorce is complete. The light is in rebound relationship. In the rebound relationship. Well, it might be, but it still hasn't hit the tabloids yet. Okay, Greg? I don't think it hit tabloids. The tabloids, I haven't read anything in the tabloids yet lately about that yet. I don't know who slept on the rug first. Light is such a large portion of the hobby and responsible for a large share of profit made. That, yeah. I think it's the other way around. The Ecotech brain will divorce from the Neptune. Ooh, these are good. These are like some. Ooh, that's interesting. That's interesting. This is really interesting. DTS, that's a heck of a point. It is. It's definitely a heck of a point. What's up, Brandon? All right. There are going to be so much new stuff when I get back in the game. Yeah, there really is. There's a lot has changed, and it's really moving pretty fast. Technology in this hobby has really been moving pretty darn fast, I must say. I don't know if you ever go to Magna or had the chance to go to Magnas and stuff like that. Definitely, if you've never been to a magnet, definitely make that a to-do list. Put that on your to-do list. Most definitely. The hydros can be used as a monitor, but will need to add a temp controller, Inkbird, or something for heaters. if you lose Wi-Fi, you could have problems. See, okay, so I didn't know that, and I thank you very much for pointing that out. So when Apex lose Wi-Fi, it just lets you know it's not communicating with your tank, but your tank is still running and doing everything that it needs to do through the Apex. So are you all telling me that if you lose Wi-Fi connection from your Wi-Fi connection, that you are in trouble with the hydros? Can anybody please confirm that with me right now? Because I need to know that. I really do. That's kind of that's really crazy. Oh, these are high. Margins of on LEDs are high. Yeah. A port power bar with 2 pH probes, 1 temp probe for 500, and would be down. Only thing would want on their system is 2 plugs for heaters, 1 for CO2 regulator, 1 open in case smart bar covers everything else. Okay. Yes, hydros will stay in last state, so it won't switch on/off. They tell you not to plug heaters direct into power bar. Okay, so with that right there, I mean, I guess that could, okay, first off, that's definitely an issue. All right. Second off, that might not be an issue for everybody. So you get what I'm saying there? I personally don't like that. I think they need to change that. I haven't had one. I'm not gonna, I don't have it to operate, but it's nice to hear, I'm pretty sure that what he's saying is a true statement. That is very concerning, though, to me. And, it is what it is. See, some people, I'm not going to jump into the subject, but I'll jump off real quick off to the subject. But I will say that I don't control regulators like CO2 regulators. I set my stuff up to constantly just be on. So even if it got stuck on, it's not going to hurt anything because it's made, the way I do it, it's just, that's what it's going to do. Doesn't creep up, doesn't go down. It just stays right where it needs to be. If there's an uptake, more uptake, or less uptake, it's a slow creep, and it's a slow creep back down when it decides to take off. So that's just me. I don't like anything to on, off. It's only a matter of time where something gets stuck on or something gets stuck off. And it'd probably be the time that I wouldn't be at home. So, fire CO2, controllers and stuff like that. And all those things. But anyway, that's definitely nice to compare to. People love to support brands. Make me think of Apple versus Samsung. There's a great comparison there, I think. They both are great. One is just better, I feel like, in the long run, if you want to keep your stuff really private, where nobody can really get into it or even get in a court order to get into, is obviously Apple. It's really a gated community. That's a good point there, DTX. That's a good point. Samsung and Apple, versus one another. So anyway, is okay. If the Wi-Fi goes out, just reverts to the saved info. Okay. I believe Hydros is an app based on, yes, internet. Well, I don't like that because there's a lot of times that I lose. I personally, I don't know how you guys do or don't lose Wi-Fi connection here and there. Sometimes things just happen. I don't know if you guys in hotter places deal with heat or whatever. I don't know, congestion here, weather, storms, whatever, snowstorms. We lose connection sometimes. I just don't know how I feel about that. So I'm not going to dig too much or beat a dead horse on that one. At the end of the day, it has a place. To each his own. What works for you is cool. I have Ecotech lights 4 pumps, and only need a temp and pH. Yeah. So here's the thing. I'll be honest. I'll say it again. I can't see myself not having, here's the thing. Now, if Ecotech comes out and here's the thing. What is their controller going to look like? What is their controller going to do? How much is it going to do? You know what I mean? This is the game that it's just really crazy to me. I get why people want to build their own. Okay, you're either going to be pretty much, it's going to create a divide. You're either all Ecotech fan, which I'm going to see. Oh my God. And we only got like 4 minutes left, and I can go on with another episode of this talk. I don't know. What do you guys think? Another episode. This is mind blowing. I mean, there's just so much to it. It's just so much to it. But yeah, and that's where I'm going. I know as soon as I start talking, there's only like 4 minutes of this left for this hour. So it's like, okay, I think I'm going to start another one. These are great conversations, and it's only 1:30. Okay. I think I'm going to start another talk. You guys, should I start another talk? I mean, I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to start another talk. I have to. It's just this is good conversation. Why it's hot. Why it's hot. Why all of us are really, digging this. Do you base products on how they look, regardless of what brand? Do you base products on how they look, of what brand? I mean, looks aren't everything, but they do help. I'm sure people would agree with that, like all the way across the board. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, obviously, 10 shots of Crown helps with looks. Just saying, after, quite a few shots, it definitely helps. I'd rather hear another talk than watch the new. Oh my God. Oh yeah. I can't even turn the channel on. But yeah, okay. Sounds great. I ain't getting no orange light. What are you talking about? Okay, so everyone, just so you know, all 60 people or whatever in here. All right, we are going to go live again. This is an awesome stream. These are the last one was awesome. If you missed it, Neptune Systems coming out with a light, and this is Neptune Systems versus Ecotech. And this other one is we're gonna talk about the same thing. We're just gonna, I don't know, talk title. Where is Ecotech going? Yeah, I'll just title that. Okay, so in the industry, what are they doing? Okay, so we'll do that. Everybody agree? Let me see real quick. Thumbs up in the chat right now. Thumbs up in the chat. Let me see. Another live stream. That's what we're doing. Somebody already made the appointment. They'd rather watch me than the news. That's awesome. Thumbs up on that one. Yes, it goes pretty fast when for some reason, it's just, it happened so fast. Like, I don't even know where an hour went, but we are going live again. So thumbs up in the chat, thumbs up, going once, going twice, going 3 times, going 20 times, 40 times, 50 times, 60 times. Refactor equipment, direct Wi-Fi, and cloud-based controllability. Okay. Refactor equipment, direct Wi-Fi, and cloud-based controllability. What analog? What are you saying with that, real quick? What are you saying? I know people at work. I know people are hitting a thumbs up. Thumbs up went up in here, so I get it. I was saying in the chat, but thumbs up went up here. All right, so listen, we'll be right back. Useless Reefer, what is up, my man? All right, thank you all, 60 plus people. This is awesome. Let's get to episode round 3 of this conversation. So I'll be right back with the next one. Don't forget, stay close. Stay close. Greg, I don't even want to know. Please, I do not want to know. This is I just want to talk about reefing. They all got masks. What? Okay. Dang. All right. I'll be right back, everyone. I'll be right back. Please, notifications on. Stay tuned. Stay right next to your computers. Do not move.